Good morning. So we are one day out and I finished my cardio this morning and I am taking the kids to my parents for the day and to stay the night because my husband will be working tomorrow. And we have Mr. Wyatt eating his Magic Spoon cereal, huh? You like Magic Spoon? And we have Miss Ember. Oh, where's your sunglasses? Are they right there? Can you put them on? Oh, yeah. You are so cute. So cool. Yeah, okay. So, that's all we're doing right now. Check back later. Okay, so a little backstory on those 11s. So my mother-in-law passed away last year in April. And 111, 1111, like the number 11 has always been like it's always been meaningful to me. You know, anytime I'm going like through a big change, I'll see it a lot. Anyways, on her funeral, when they were beginning, I didn't have my phone. I left it in the truck because I just didn't want to be bothered. Well, my husband ended up having to go in there, and I have an alarm set on my phone at 10:59. Well, it was going off in my truck, and my husband grabbed it because it was making all this noise and brought it to me, and when I saw it go off again, because he must have hit snooze, it was 11. And when I saw it again, it was 11:11, literally as the funeral was starting. So ever since then, it's just been even more significant. And I feel, and I just know, like, whenever I see that, that's her, like, giving me love and saying, okay, sorry. Ever since then, it's just feel like it's so much more significant now. Like, it's her, you know, just with me. So, yeah, that's the backstory behind that. And I know she will be with me all weekend. All right, so we have made it to Chattanooga. I'm checked into my room. I have one more meal to eat and maybe about 15 to 20 ounces of water to drink. I'm gonna shower real quick, put a coat of tan on, get in my tanning pajamas, eat my meal, drink my water, and hopefully go to bed very soon because it's, I think, 10:40 over here. So I usually go to bed at like 8:30. So I have a little bit of time before I get tired. Yeah, that's going to be my evening. Good night. Good morning. So I slept not great, the best I could. I got to bed, probably fell asleep around 12:30, which would have been like 9:30 my time that my body's used to. So I did wake up at 7:20. So I kind of wanted to wake up early like that just so that I would hopefully go to bed earlier today. So I checked in, sent Jamie posing and pictures. I didn't do my weight because I couldn't fit my scale in my luggage. You guys saw from my last video how I pack, and it's literally packed to the brim. And that's me trying to pack light. Anyways, I'm eating meal 1. We have a little ground turkey and oats with some almond butter and blueberries. My food has been updated, and I have never eaten so much on leading into a show ever in my life. I'm very excited for all this food. I also feel like it's going to be super hard to eat all this food at the same time, so I need to stay regimented on my eating time. So I'll be setting alarms. And then after this, I'm gonna run down to the little fitness center in my hotel and get some of my cardio done. Get my cardio done. It's only 20 minutes today, and then my pump up, get that out of the way, and then after that I should have time to send Jamie and Greg another update, since they want to see me 1 to 2 hours after I eat. So as soon as I'm done with this meal, that is on the agenda, and I do have some work to do today, so after that I'll probably get on Trainerize and start responding to messages, and I have a couple calls that I'm looking forward to. So that is my morning. Yes, push it, lift it. Good. All right, it's been a busy day, so I feel like I owe you guys an update. So far I've had 3 meals, and I got to see Jamie and Greg in person before meal 3. And she increased my carbs even more, which is freaking nuts. I've never eaten this much going into a show. It's crazy. I'm so excited. I still have 3 meals to go, so I just registered. We're all good to go there. I'm number 243. And we had a little suit emergency, so thank goodness that Mary is here with Toxic Angels. They are the best because she made some adjustments to my bottoms, just because I've gotten so small compared to last show. So she just scrunched the bottoms a little bit more because there was just a lot of fabric. So that is looking much better on my booty. So there's that. And then right now I'm just waiting for my Lyft ride to come pick me up, take me back to my room. I'm not staying at the host hotel, and I'm kind of wishing I would have just paid a little bit more to do that. Because most likely I'm going to go back to my room, eat meal 4, then, sorry, somebody needed me to open the door. Eat meal 4, most likely I'm going to have to come back here and see Jamie before I eat meal 5 or meal 6, so I'm waiting to see what she wants me to do. And then apply a coat of tan and really just relax the rest of the time. And that is the rest of my day right now. That's better. Okay, so I just got back from checking in with Jamie again. Last check-in for the night. I'm gonna eat my last meal here in a little bit. You guys, I cannot believe how much I'm freaking eating today. Like, what is happening? I'm at over 400 carbs today, and I can't even tell you how many calories, but it's a lot, like way more than I'm used to eating. And it doesn't even look like I've eaten today, which is just mind-blowing. I just looked and I was at 2,600 calories today. What? So yeah, very well fed today. Can't complain about it at all. And I'm just really just so excited to be getting back on stage at a national stage tomorrow. So yeah, that's really all the update I have. Things are looking good. Things are going good. I've got my gallon of water almost gone. Lots of food. And did my tan. I think I need to be a little bit darker, so the top coat will take care of that tomorrow. So right now I'm just going to get my food ready for tomorrow because I'm not staying at the host hotel or near the freaking venue. So I'm going to pack all my food and bring that tomorrow. Good morning. So it is show day. I just sent my first check-in to Jamie. I'm looking very full, very tight. I'm very happy. I'm eating my first meal. We have, I think I measured it out to 300 grams of rice. And there's some slivered almonds somewhere in there. And I did not sleep that great. East Coast time zone is really tough, so I'm just really happy I'm actually doing my own makeup, my own hair. That way I'm not waking up at 2 in the morning to get all that done for a makeup appointment at 3. So I will be getting that started as soon as we are done, as soon as I'm done eating. And then I'll check back in with you.
Did you think One Beef was better?
Who I thought was far superior. The way it was constructed, it stayed tight. Yeah, better beef flavor too.
Bit of a different presentation, which is interesting as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice little work bringing the basket beef around.
I love the pickled beets. It gave it a nice bit of acidity.
I like the way the truffle wasn't overpowering the beef.
Saturday Mars, interesting dish. I love the braised lamb wrapped around the lamb itself.
And those beautiful kind of Moroccan, North African spices, which blends beautifully with the Date sauce. I think it's the most creative Wellington.
It's beautiful.
It is. My only issue, which is a real issue, my lamb one, is undercooked.
Yes, mine is very undercooked.
It is under, and it eats under.
Yeah, that is very raw.
And the thing about the Wellington, and most complicated things, making sure that the internal protein is cooked to the proper temperature while still getting that gold in the crust.
That's what this
That's the magic. That's what it's all about.
Gentlemen, taking the Class B title, the first place award, the first place medal, and presented to your new IFBB Pro, Angela Rutherford.
Yeah! Yes! 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 Yes!
What is up, you guys? So I thought I'd give you all a little bit of an update after you saw some of, the peak week and, the few days of what my life was like before getting on the junior national stage. So we are about a week post-show, and I was really just absorbing everything, like taking it all in and, just savoring this moment in memory and time. And it's been a great week. So immediately after, well, hold on. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the the peak week, because I was eating so freaking much a couple days before. I think Jamie bumped my carbs up to 200 on Thursday, my travel day, and then Friday, the day before the show, I was at like 400 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, 2,600 calories. Like, what? Who is this person? Where did this metabolism come from? Because literally, like, as she was feeding me throughout the day, I was staying really tight. So that is the best when it comes to peaking. So it really couldn't have been, any better. I'm usually the one that is depleted all the way, even through show day. Like, I'm not able to eat very much usually. So it's just been very interesting, when you have your conditioning on point, that really helps. And when you've taken so, much care of your metabolism over the years, that is another perk. So I'd say every show I've done since my first year of competing has been a little bit better as far as the peaking protocol. And this is by far, this was the best. So I am just super excited about that. And then, so going into this week, we jumped my calories up about 400. We cut my cardio in half. So I was doing 60 minutes and then we brought it down to 30. My steps were dropped about 5,000. So I was doing 15,000 as a minimum, and now I'm back to my normal 10 as a minimum. And I'm usually getting anywhere between 10 and 12 on a daily basis. So just this week, I've felt a world of a difference. Like, energy wise, I feel I'm almost back to my baseline. I still kind of get a little bit fatigued in the afternoon, but it's not a constant all day thing. Sleep has been outstanding. I really, really did my best to focus on prioritizing sleep. Like, I do that all the time, but like, I was allowing myself to sleep in, as late as my daughter would let me, which is usually about 6:30, instead of just waking up at 5:30 and just getting everything done. So that made a huge difference. I was averaging about 8 to 9 hours going into both shows, and I've been maintaining that now. So that's been wonderful. So my sleep quality has improved a lot, along with just the duration. And then my lifts. So this week I kind of took a little bit of a deload week, not a full deload. Like, I was still working out and training and, picking up the energy and just enjoying my lifts. I'm still not pushing quite to failure. I would say I'm leaving about 3 reps in reserve right now still, just because after my first lift last week, I was really sore. I started with glutes, really sore like everywhere, in my adductors, in my glutes, and my quads, and my hamstrings. So I did that one day, and then I did my shoulders the next day, and then a little back, and then that was it. I think 3 lifts this last week, maybe 4, maybe 2 shoulder days. And then 2 glute days actually. I did 2 glute days, a shoulder day, and then a back day. So 4 lifts. Normally I have glutes 3 days a week, and so I just kind of lightened that up a little bit. And then so my lifts felt really good. I did honor what my body was telling me, and I did rest a little bit more than I normally would. You know, I'm an advocate for listening to your intuition post-show because you're dehydrated, you've been going really hard for months and months, and a deload is usually needed. So I did that. And then, yeah, I've just been enjoying some food a little bit here and there. I definitely have a decent amount of macros to work with. So I'm not, you know, feeling very hungry. I am feeling very snacky, which is not normal for me. And I think it just comes down to, you know, the whole mentality around post-show, like, hey, I'm not trying to lose body fat anymore. So what's a little bit of this or a little bit of that gonna hurt, you know? But in the long run, you know, the foods that I'm snacking on are not typical for me. They're what my kids are eating, which tend to be, you know, a little more processed, a little more artificial as far as flavors. And I still buy them like the best snacks that I can, the healthiest version of them, but still, like, it's not food that I typically would be eating. So my goal this week is to really cut that back, you know, and really practice what I preach to all my athletes and, you know, anybody post-show. It's hard. It's not easy. So that's probably my biggest struggle. But other than that, like, I'm hitting my macros pretty much 99% of the time. And then I might have a small handful of Magic Spoon cereal or a bite of my kids' peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So not going crazy, but definitely those little bites and things add up. So I just want to get a handle on that before, you know, so I don't continue to see body fat rise too quickly. I'm feeling really good, like, composition wise, like where I'm at right now. I've put on a little bit of pounds. So for my show, the last day I weighed myself was Thursday before I traveled. So I have no idea what my weight was, you know, going into the show. It was probably a couple pounds heavier than that, just from, you know, the water and glycogen storage is just being fuller after all those carbs. But I was 104 point something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's freaking tiny. Like, I've never been that tiny probably since I was 18 years old, you know, teenager, or even like into my 20s. So that, hi Zoe, that I just felt too small. So where I'm at right now, I weighed in, I was around 111. So I'm feeling really good with that weight right now. And I kind of want to hover, my goal is to kind of hover between there and 115 with this off season. So we'll see. Hopefully in the next week or so, we'll kind of see my weight stabilize a little bit. Just because I've been eating out a lot more than I normally would. I was going to say a little, but it's a lot. I'm not a typical eat out, you know, go out to eat. And, you know, my husband, he just kind of wanted to do some celebratory things. So the day I got home was Father's Day, and I enjoyed some barbecued ribs and beans and fruit salad, and, you know, just had that dinner with my family for Father's Day. And then the next day my husband was like, let's go out to dinner. So I treated myself to a burger and some onion rings, which was really good. And then I don't think we ate out again until a little bit later in the week. We went out to Paisano's. That's like my husband and I's favorite restaurant. I kept it clean. I got a salad, which is typically what I would get there. And then I had some of their bruschetta, which was a little bit of an indulgence. Their bruschetta is so good. So I enjoyed that. And I would say I mostly worked that into my macros. I think my fats were a little bit higher than what my goal target is, just because of the olive oil on the bruschetta. And then the next day we went out to breakfast. So I did keep it typical to what I would order. I ordered an egg white Denver omelet, no cheese. And I told them, you know, to minimize any kind of oil that they use. And I got some oats, and that was my breakfast. I think I had a bite of my daughter's pancake, and had a bite of my husband's French toast. And that was it. Then we've been pretty much back on track. So 100%, and that's my goal for this week. I do have one more lunch date, and that's with some going to Mikuni's with one of my best friends, Kirsten. So that'll probably be the last meal out for a little while. And I actually worked that into my macros perfectly. So sushi is not hard for me. I usually do one roll with, you know, no sauce. And then I usually get like a barbecue tuna and either like their seared ahi or pepperfin. So that's, I feel like, pretty easy to fit into my macros right now. So there's that. And then that's basically it. You know, as far as an update, I'm kind of just over the moon with this pro card win because it's just been such a long journey to get here. You know, I'm a big advocate of, you know, making sure that competing is a part of your life, not your whole life. And I definitely feel like I am a prime example of that. You know, because fitness has always been a big, it's my lifestyle. Like, I've been training since I was 14, so it's just kind of evolved over the years. And, you know, having a family was important to me, so taking that time off to do that was necessary. And then, you know, just coming back after my son, you know, having 2 babies in 2 years, that's a lot on your body. So coming back to this after I had my son has just been go, go, go. So I still feel like I need to grow quite a bit, especially in my glutes. And that was Sandy's feedback. She said just a little bit more fullness in your glutes, maybe a tiny bit tighter. I feel like if I have the depth in my glutes, I won't necessarily need to be tighter. I'll just look tighter because I'll have more muscle. So there's that feedback that I need to execute. So I'm going back into an improvement season, taking the rest of this year off, and I probably won't plan on getting on stage until sometime springtime next year. So we'll see. As long as I bring in that feedback that Sandy gave me, I will feel confident going into my first pro debut show. So I don't know what it is. I don't know when or anything like that. So right now we're just gonna get back to work, focus on stabilizing hormones post-show, which I feel are very much on track. So I did actually lose my cycle. I did not have a cycle this last time, so I'm about 2 months late now. So I feel like things are starting to kind of shift around a little bit, so we will see if that comes back. I tend to get it back about 4 weeks post-show, so we'll see in the next few weeks. Other than that, I do plan on doing blood work probably in the next 3 months just to kind of evaluate where everything is at. And then, yeah, just keep plugging along and building this booty because it got really small. So yeah, that's it. I think I covered everything. I should have took notes. That way I had a little cheat sheet of what I wanted to talk about. But I was just going off on memory, so it's not always the best. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, you know, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. This is more for just getting content out there for you all, and I hope you enjoy it. That's all.